Hello, my dear friends from Climate Reality. I know that you're curious about the situation in Brazil. It's a sort of morbid curiosity because the situation is terrible. Yesterday, we had the world record of deaths caused by the pandemics of COVID-19. We are already for several weeks without a minister for health because both ministers for health have been fired by President Bolsonaro in 1 month's period. And the president himself is trying to implement his crazy policies like liberating chloroquine, which he thinks is a miraculous medicine. He's following exactly what Trump tells him, and provoking a true upheaval against the governors and the mayors that want to keep social distancing and social isolation. He has even threatened during a ministerial meeting to arm the people to resist the governors and resist the mayors that want to impose restrictions. So it's an absolutely terrible situation. No one in the world has such a policy. I think maybe Alexander Lukashenko from Belarus and Donald Trump are the nearest, but they don't go to this extreme. On the other hand, we have bad news on the deforestation of the Amazon. Comparing April last year to April this year, there was a 171% more deforestation. And we should consider it's rainy season, so the tendency of the situation is to get much worse. The projections that most serious scientists that study the issue are making now is that we are going towards a deforestation of 16,000 square kilometers this year, 2020. And this will represent a nearly 1.5 giga of emissions, greenhouse gas emissions. This certainly will put Brazil higher in the rank of climate polluters. Presently, it is on 6th, and probably will go higher. While the rest of the world will probably reduce its emissions by 6 or 7% because of reduction in the use of fossil fuels, Brazil will diminish this difference in about 1.5 giga, which is a horrible situation. Anecdotally, it's much worse because indigenous land is being invaded by gold diggers. You know that the price of gold is going up, so there is a stimulus for the invasion of indigenous land, and the structures of command and control, of protection of these areas are being completely and systematically dismantled by this government. So really, it's unbelievable. It looks like I am exaggerating, but it's the truth. We have a fucking crazy government with a fucking crazy president. And I do not employ the word crazy as an insult, but basically as a reality. He is thinking and conspiring to do a coup d'etat. He does not have the political critical mass to do that. During a meeting of the ministry that was videotaped and afterwards presented by the Supreme Court, there were ministers demanding the arrest of the justices of the Supreme Court and also shutting Congress. He does not have this level of support among the military as for now. And I think that international pressure has to become really, really, really strong in order to first dissuade any crazy idea of coup d'etat and to try to revert the horror of the environmental dismantlement that is happening in our country. So, of course, it's not good news. We are not yet at the point of other countries where there is direct repression against environmentalists. Case of Turkey, case of Philippines. We are still capable of expressing ourselves quite freely, and that is what I'm doing. This kind of thing I say in Portuguese every day on video, and Centro Brasil no Clima and Climate Reality are very active in this mobilization in spite of the pandemics. So, my dear friends, I know that you also have all your problems, especially our American friends have the sacred duty to get rid of Donald Trump this year, because getting rid of Donald Trump for us Brazilians is half the way to get rid of Jair Bolsonaro. So I hope you're doing fine, that you are protecting yourselves, that you're in social isolation physically, but very active on the political level, and that it will end well somehow. We'll have a happy end for this horror.